Hundreds of individual reports coming from you guys from all over, and also at the store myself to see what I'm seeing, and also taking those pictures so I can walk you through what's going on out there. We got dairy shortages, we got outages of different meat products, we got canned chicken having issues. We got a lot of stuff you need to see for yourself. Please do chime in the comment section with your updates. Are you seeing the same things? Are you seeing different things? Let us know what's going on out there so we can keep everyone ahead of the curve. All right, friends, let's get into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. Here are the updates from the Pittsburgh area. All right, friends, let's start here at Aldi. We got the eggs happening. We haven't seen too many outages of eggs. I'm hearing a couple of sparse reports, but they seem to be from California or Washington State. Kind of Oregon, Washington State, California, we're seeing some issues with eggs there. Those seem to be more about local laws. Availability for most people are not out. All right, milk. We are getting reports of milk having issues here and there. Usually it's like one kind, like either whole milk or 2%, but it's not usually like all the milk is wiped out. Usually it's some of the milk at those stores. All right, we got the nut milks and stuff like that having a little bit of issues, but again, you're still going to have some options available. Creamers are doing better than what they were before. We're still having issues with things like cottage cheese. People are having trouble finding cottage cheese here at this Aldi. No cottage cheese. They have ricotta cheese though. They got yogurts, they got other things that are like cottage cheese, but there are just some things that are just missing. And we're seeing that across the board. All right, canned goods at Aldi looking good. We had issues with beef broth before. Beef broth seems to be back kind of in stock. It's not as plentiful as the chicken stock still, but it does seem like we're kind of past the issues with broth that we had before. Both Aldi and Walmart looking better on the broth side. Canned meat is having issues for sure. There's some corned beef here, but we are having corned beef issues at Walmart's, and some of the local grocery stores are having trouble getting corned beef. A lot of that corned beef does come from Brazil. So that could be part of the reason why we're having issues there. We got the trade wars happening. We also do have the beef shortage happening, but most of that corned beef is coming from overseas. Other things out there, tuna fish seems to be pretty well in stock. Walmart is having trouble getting canned chicken, but as you can see here, Aldi has canned chicken, so I know it's more expensive here at Aldi than it is at Walmart. Maybe that's kind of why Walmart's running out, is because people are just all going over there to get the cheaper stuff. But I don't know if it's really cheaper, because if you look inside the can, I think the Aldi has more chicken in the canned chicken. Anyway, did I just slander a whole brand? Probably. Let me know if that's kind of your experience too. But I think Walmart's been skimping a little more on the stuff inside the cans. Anyway, we got olive oil. It was supposed to come back. Supplies for olive oil should be kind of back, but when we look at our store shelves, we're seeing that the olive oil situation seems to be almost worse than it was a few months ago. So not quite sure exactly how long it's going to take to shake out the new olive oil supplies from the last year's harvest, but it's supposed to settle and resolve sometime soon. We've seen prices come down a little bit. Anyway, spice sections, particularly at Walmart, are bad. Aldi seems to be doing a pretty good job. I think they source their spices from different companies, but they also really good at hiding outages. Okay, so they're really good at moving stuff around so you don't notice that stuff is missing. But Walmart's having a lot of issues with their spice section, because that one company, where was it, out in Michigan or something like that, they went out of business, and they were stuffing the bottles of spices for a lot of different brands, and that's caused a spice shortage out there. Anyway, maple syrup, not really plentiful right now. That's not really a super important one out there, but I have heard some spattering of comments from you guys about maple syrup not being easily found. Bacon looking pretty good, sausage, hot dogs, all those things seem to be doing fairly well. We've been having some touch and go issues with the bacon. We've been having some issues with butter and with like margarines, particularly the cheap end of margarine seem to be having more issues right now than before. Before it was the butters were having some issues staying in stock, and the cheap margarines were just everywhere. I'm not sure why, because we don't really have a shortage of soybean oil or canola oil. They have all that around. Pork and fish doing fairly well, though I have heard some people complaining about fish availability. Beef prices going up significantly in the last couple weeks. We're talking $+ increases per pound. So chicken still pretty steady and stable, but prices are going up, but availability is doing pretty good. Canned chicken, not looking as good. Basically just meat products are just going up price-wise. Frozen foods are fairly good, but some of you guys are seeing more issues with the refrigeration units, and some of the supply chains seem to be having issues with getting stuff to stores. So you're walking into stores and seeing like nothing there, and that is happening out there. From what we've heard from industry insiders, it's like the refrigeration units, the workers that kind of keep those things going, they're harder to find, harder to keep on staff, and they during the COVID pandemic, they really kind of pushed back a lot of maintenance and replacement of those refrigeration units. So we're seeing a lot more of those refrigeration units all going out at the same time. They're just older units. They weren't replaced on the same schedule as they usually are. Frozen potatoes are looking pretty good here and over at Walmart. One thing, I walked into Walmart and I've heard some of you guys complaining about this, and wow. And in case you just think that I'm just looking at like one little corner, just like, where did all the clothes go? I mean, it's too early to go, to fall kind of stuff. So, and it's not just the men's section. We got just empty racks everywhere. I really think this is the tariffs. They're having trouble getting stuff in. And this is really impacting across the board. This is just, they're not getting enough clothes in. If you need clothes, you should, that's a lot of Pennsylvania flags I'm seeing up there in the sky there. American flags and Pennsylvania flags. We got one of the ugliest flags in the Union, but we're proud of it, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, if you need clothes, you might have a hard time finding them in stores. They're just not coming in as readily as they should. Some random outages in the frozen food section here and there, this issue and that issue. Frozen vegetables did not look too bad, honestly. Frozen potatoes looking good here too. You're always going to have like one or two items missing or whatever. But when it comes to just, they're staying pretty well stocked. It's probably those individual brands are messing up along the way. We have been having coffee issues. Coffee prices have been going through the roof. We kind of warned you about that for a long time going before we really saw those impacts. We gave you a lot of warning on that one. This community definitely doing that. Also, we gave you a lot of warning on the beef price increases. We probably won't have too many, coffee should be on the shelf. It's just going to be more expensive. That's kind of what we're seeing out there. We don't have like a critical supply crunch. We have shortages in harvests, and so basically the places that are willing to pay for the coffee are going to get the coffee. And America pays a lot more for coffee than like Vietnam does. So the coffee's going to flow to America. We're going to get lower quality stuff. It's going to be a lot more expensive. That's how life works. So we're going to see that. Canned fruits have been an issue, and the issue seems to be getting worse. The applesauce is the worst. Most of that does get produced over in China, and we get that here in the U.S. Most applesauce comes from China in the U.S. Other canned fruits, a lot of it is canned overseas in other countries, down to South America. The tariffs are playing havoc with the canned fruit. So if you need canned fruit, that's what it is. And honestly, with the way fresh fruit is going these days, we've been seeing a lot of issues with the freshness and with the shelf stableness of fresh fruits. This is the applesauce section and the individual packets and stuff for kids going to school. Not looking so great there. I know kids are about to go back to school. Oh, I must have kind of missed with that shot. Anyway, iced tea. We got tea kind of disappearing. Not sure why. Maybe people are just drinking more tea because it's so hot out there. When we look at the chili, we're seeing some gaps there, aren't we? Some pretty decent gaps there. And the canned meat section is not looking so great. Canned tuna is looking fairly good. Now, we've been having issues with canned tuna, and we're supposed to have issues with canned tuna, but we just haven't seen those materialize at the stores. Corned beef, some issues there. Also, Keystone meats are disappearing rapidly, mostly because they're priced comparative to the uncooked beef on the shelf. So it's actually kind of cost advantageous to get the shredded beef or the ground beef especially, and we just seen all those ground beef cans just disappear across the board. Spam, they seem to be falling a little bit behind, and they seem to be trying to steer people away from the Spam cans. I don't know if it's just more people are prepping, or if the Hawaiians are eating more Spam, or what, I don't know. But the generic versions seem to be doing fairly well, but the name brand Spam seems to be hit or miss more out there. That's what I'm hearing from you guys. That's what I'm seeing around here. All right, canned vegetables looking fairly good, but yeah, just seeing some spotty outages of canned vegetables. Just weird kind of stuff. Canned corn, this variety, canned green beans of that variety. Shouldn't be seeing that kind of stuff, but we are. The supply chain is just literally just in time, right? This is the beef broth, chicken broth. You can see it's fully stocked. The broths have come back. I'm officially declaring the broth shortage to be over. Canned soups, on the other hand, we're having some issues there. Not only are the chunky canned soups way more expensive than they were before. Remember back when those things were $1 a can and they actually had soup in them instead of water? Anyway, now $2.48 is like the best you're going to see at like Walmart. You may still be able to see them for $1.50 if you get super, super lucky on a sale. But people are shifting their spending from fast food restaurants to canned soups and canned meals, and we're seeing that impact us on the store shelves. Some of the noodles, not looking so great, but ramen, fully stocked on the ramen. They are ready for people to be poor, and look all that poor food right there, ready to go to feed the masses into needing diabetic medications. Hey, I eat this stuff too, okay? But fried noodles is not the healthiest thing in the world to be eating. But that is our panic indicator, and we're seeing that panic seems to be relatively low amongst Americans, at least right now. If anyone's seeing a shortage of ramen, it means the people in your area are probably panicking. Salt. Where's the generic salt? It's kind of gone. So generic iodized salt and generic non-iodized salt, both gone. And that's, I don't know what that means. I'm still not sure how you run out of salt, but we had issues with that before, and my store having issues here. Let me know if you guys are seeing the same thing where you are. Is anyone else seeing shortages of salt out there? I don't expect so, but maybe you are. All the seed oils are fully stocked on the shelves. Olive oils, like you can see, some spotty outages here and there. By and large, as long as you're getting a fancy brand that's really expensive, you're going to have no problems. If you're trying to get the cheaper end stuff, the generic stuff, you're going to have more problems. That's just, people are shifting their spending to the generic brands. They're shifting more of their spending towards the lower end, lower price brackets. People are just struggling to purchase stuff. People are going better quality products, but they're also getting the generic version of those, is what we're kind of seeing out there. That's a shift in the American market. Coffee creamers looking a little less awesome here at Walmart, but not the worst in the world. Some milk, empty gaps there, but available. Again, seeing less whole milk here. Same thing at Aldi. Is anyone else seeing whole milk kind of disappearing faster than the other varieties? Let me know about that. Maybe people are switching over to whole milk more. Eggs, fully stocked here. Prices are basically in line with what Aldi is at right now too. All the baked goods stuff, the prepped stuff is fully stocked and already. Do you see that, by the way? Pumpkin. It's barely August. Come on, people. Come on. Stay away from the pumpkin. Not yet. Not time for pumpkin yet. All right. Cottage cheese, short here as well. Some of the varieties of cottage cheese-like substances, low availability there. I don't know if it's just like one of the companies is out or something. Butter seems well stocked. Fake butters seem well stocked here. So looking pretty good. Okay, chocolate milks, having issues there again. I don't know why we've been having issues with chocolate milk, but it's not world-ending chocolate milk shortages. Anyway, we got some of the bacon not as fully stocked and sausages here, but that happens sometimes. Maybe they just need to restock. I don't know. I haven't heard too much about you guys complaining about sausage or bacon out. Some of you guys complaining about how thin bacon is sliced, but not it being gone. All right, chicken fully stocked there. Price is going up a bit. Beef prices definitely jumping up here at Walmart. Look at that. Yikes. Not looking good. Not looking good price-wise. $8, $9 a pound. Yikes. Ground beef, $4.79 a pound. And we got some $3.99 a pound there for the big 10-pound chubs. That's still there. I mean, it used to be cheaper, but quality issues there too, because a lot of reports of a lot of water in the ground beef, particularly at Walmart and some of these other stores. We're looking at these, they're just injecting a lot of stuff in there, a lot of water and pink stuff as well. So we talked about that a little bit too. So, you know, you're probably better off, even though it may cost more per pound, get the real stuff from a local butcher, because they're not injecting water in there. And when you take the water out, you actually might be saving money, and you're not getting all the chemicals and getting all the nasty stuff that they're allowed to put in this stuff. Anyway, let me know what you guys are thinking out there. Are you seeing the same kind of stuff? Are you seeing different outages? Make sure you use the word update if you have something to share. When it comes to rice, didn't have any GV 20 pounders. Didn't have any GV 20 pounds of pinto beans either. Notice that. Some of the pickles, olives. Olives are not fully stocked. We've been hearing issues of Subway having not black olives. Vinegar has been kind of touch and go as well. That has been kind of a little bit of a long ongoing issue. I know a bunch of you are already typing, it's canning season. But they seem to be having problems with vinegar all year round nowadays. So anyway, yeah, maybe it is a little more with the canning season. But some of the fresh veggies, You can see not fully stocked, some of it just not looking all that great either. This is the section that's supposed to look great, and they just can't seem to get good produce on the shelves. Some of the bins kind of a little light as well. All right, friends, let me know what you guys are seeing where you are. Thanks so much for stopping by. There's a video right there on the screen. Also, there's a link right there to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, or if you got unsubscribed. There's the logo right there on the screen too. All right, friends, thanks so much for watching. Steve Poplar of The Poplar Report, out.